Everyone told me not to. I did it. I love it. But if you think that you're just going to jump into breeding and it's all puppies and money, it's nonstop. It's not
Yep.
a 9 to 5. It's a 24/7. These dogs come first. Whether I'm shitting diarrhea, whether my baby is sick and I have to, no matter what, my dogs have to be exercised. They have to have quality food. I always have to be responsible no matter what. Like if you're having financial trouble and you're renting, just wait until you're more established. Taking on an animal for 13, 14 years is a
Yep.
serious thing. So many people just get these puppies and they get a girlfriend. Oh, let's go get a puppy. And then these dogs end up in the pound. That's one of the main things that we do is when we sell an animal, whether it's a pet home or a breeding animal, no matter what, whether the dog gets rehomed, whether a family member dies, if the animal is going to be put up available or they have to get rid of the dog or they move properties, anything along the lines, we get the opportunity to get the animal back. We can work together as a team and place it in the proper home. If the dog has quirks, we're willing to work through that. I train. I'm not a, certified trainer. I'm no, Michael Ellis by any means, but my dogs
Yep.
are obedient. I do all my own stacking. I do all my own progesterone, artificial insemination. I travel all over North America to see the studs that I've introduced into my program. I put hands on them and seen their temperament and their offspring. Those
And
things
that's what
are
we've
all
been doing
very
as well. And that's what you have to do. You guys have to be patient, and you have to be willing to go get on a plane or get into your car, travel to another state where the dog you actually want and need for your program is at, and put your hands on it. Because we could
absolutely
FaceTime all day, we could take pictures all day, and I don't care how natural of a picture it is, it's not going to do justice to the dog that you see in
never,
person.
never. And every time I've thought, okay, for instance, I'll use an example. When we selected our first foundation stud, we bred to a white demon son. He's a King Kodiak brother. His name's Tillicum from OC Pitts. Now, when I say that, people are always like, Pitts, and they get so confused. A lot of these kennels were established while they were breeding game dogs and started breeding bullies in the early 90s and 2000s. And that name is established, and they didn't want to change their name. So they kept it. Their dogs are not pit bulls. They're American bullies. They are registered as American bullies. They just kept their name in their original logo because it was already established, watermarked, and that was their brand. I went to OC Pitts. We used a top stud named Tillicum, and videos and pictures and in the hours and hours of footage that we got, the dog looked amazing. But in videos, he looked like a 90-pound, clean dog. He didn't look, like he did in person. When we got there, I came with a 118-pound, 23.5-inch tall bitch that was massive and I thought was huge. And when they came outside with this animal, brother, I mean, my lady's jaw dropped. I knew that he was going to be massive and imposing, but just to see it in person and to see his strength was just on another level. I'm talking massive. An NBA basketball is 27.25 inches around. This dog's head is 28.25. Like,
Wow.
just massive, powerful, tight feet, crazy structure. I've never seen anything that large be that aesthetically correct besides an Arabian horse in my life.
That's a big dog. I wanted to
Oh yeah.
piggyback off that uh AB. What were we? Oh man, I just forgot what we were just talking about right before the.
The ABKC and the UKC with the pit bulls and the bullies, probably.
Yeah, the pits. Yeah, we're gonna piggyback off that. I want to piggyback off that comment you made about the kennel name that the dog came from with
Right.
pits at the end. People have to understand when you say pits, it's like almost like saying bully. You could
Right.
say you have a bully. You could have an exotic bully. You could have an XL bully. You could have a pit bull bully. You could have a Staffordshire bully. People say
Right.
bully, and
You could have a bull terrier. You
it's a
could have an
general
American
it's a general
bulldog.
slang term almost. And pit's the same thing. When somebody says nice pit when I'm out in public with one of my dogs, I don't take offense to it because they're not. It doesn't always mean pit bull terrier. They pretty much throw that name onto the entire general breed.
Yeah, they do. And more than the rest. The American Pit Bull Terrier is one breed, just like a Labrador is still a Labrador Retriever. They just call it short. But society in America and all these, with every dog bite being a pit bull, they see anything with a large head and a short coat and muscle, they call a pit, and just a broad
Yeah, it's
generalization.
unfortunate.
And that's the issue with the whole pit bull terrier community and the bully community. They get so mad and act like we're advertising our dogs as pit bulls. My dogs are registered as bully. I show my dogs as bully. Everything about my shit is bully I mean, who has a 118-pound female pit? Let's be realistic. Like, all my dogs are 100 plus. So, you know, I can't stand that whole Pitbull bully argument. I love their breed. You know, they should respect ours, and, you know, let's all just grow and be dog men.
I think what their problem is with them respecting our breed now is they're trying to say that we're giving them a bad name because, and I see it a lot of times, people like to compare them to the Pitbull when it's
Right.
not the same thing. You know, a bully to a Pitbull, in my opinion, is a Doberman to a Rottweiler. They're two different breeds.
Yeah, completely.
That I get why people see them as similar, but they're two different breeds. And so,
in every aspect, I mean, in every aspect, mentally, physically, like you be like taking a, you know, a small fighter, like say Uriah Faber, a small stocky fighter that has extreme cardio versus Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know, a bully is a massive, muscular companion animal that's supposed to look good. Yes, there are dogs that can perform. Yes, there are bullies that can do personal protection work. But initially, they were created to look great and to be kicking it around the house and not be dog aggressive. Whereas the Pitbull was bred specifically for performance and gameness and tenacity and pain tolerance. The animals are two different spectrums completely.
Yeah, and I like that in the bullies I have, and it sounds like what you have is on a real similar level. I like the drive of the Pitbull to be there, but unlike a Pitbull where you cannot really just shut that down, I like to be able to stop it on a dime.
Yep.
Turn it back on and just shift like it's a, you know, like it's a stick shift. Just 100%. Turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, on command, and that's where
we call that an off switch. I'm sure you do as well. But when customers are asking me, you know, questions about that, you know, that we're breeding for an off switch. We want them to be able to turn up and know when it's time to work and know when it's time to have fun. But there's also a time to relax around the baby and in the house and be, you know, a dog.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love having that switch. And I know it's not a requirement of the American Bully breed by any means. That's just my own personal standard here. You know what I mean? And everybody's got their own personal standards to their own unique strain of the blood that they're breeding or the bloodline that they're breeding. You're all shooting for your own individual goals. And as long as everything else in the breed standard fits, then that's just a bonus to the breed. All right, guys. So this was just one of a few parts that we're going to be dropping in the podcast episode number 3 with Jrock from over at Consistent Kennels. He did an amazing interview. He had a lot of knowledge to share. I hope you guys appreciate it. We loved having him on. And what we did here was we dropped a few of the most important topics we feel covered in the video. For those of you who are unable to always just have the time to sit down and watch the interviews in their entirety, we're going to drop 2, 3, or 4 of the most important topics we feel we covered. And then we're going to drop the entire video at the end. Let us know what you guys think about doing it like this. Let us know in the topics that we do drop if you feel like we didn't go in depth enough, if we went, you know, if it went smooth and perfect, if you guys loved it, let us know in the comment section. And if you did like the video and you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you are always updated when we upload. We try to upload a few times a week. So yeah, let us know what you guys think. Let us know what else you'd like to cover. If we aren't hitting everything you guys are interested in, we'll be happy to make sure we get those questions on future interviews. We may be able to have Jrock on again in the future as well. I know I'd love to have him on. This was a great discussion the entire way through. So, as always, guys, like I said, remember to like, comment, subscribe, share the videos, and I hope you enjoy. Thanks.